How's it going, everybody? So, as you probably saw from the intro, we are going to be lifting this Jeep up onto the frame. And as from the last video, you can see there's a couple of different things. I painted the whole inside of here, and I'm going to be painting the inside of there before we put it on. But let me show you our rig to lift the Jeep up and down. Okay, so because we don't have a 2-post lift or a 4-post lift, we kind of just jerry-rigged this rope. We tied it to these bolts that were pre-existing, and then the seat belt bolts, and then we have them tied to both sides, and then we just have a come along that we lift it up and down with. And you know, we only need to lift it maybe up to about here, you know, maybe 4 feet or something off the ground, which isn't that much, but we just need to get the steering column in. So let's see that getting done. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the Jeep, and then we got to mark holes for where the mounting holes are, because we made the body rails, as you probably remember from early episodes, and we didn't drill the holes because we didn't know where they are. But there is one here, one there, and one there. We only got to do 3, so shouldn't be that long. And then we're going to lift the body up and drill the holes, and then we're going to lift it back up, slide the frame back under, and then we could finally mount it down and bolt everything up. So let's get to it. All right, so we got the body back onto the frame. Very painstaking. I thought I had a time lapse, but I forgot to hit record. So it looks like this now. As you can see, we just kind of lifted this up, and then we had to tilt this way back to get the steering column on. There's probably a better way to do this, but with our innovation and little knowledge about how to do it, we decided to go this way. This was the only hard part. We could have taken the whole steering box off, which is a smarter way to do it, because then it would have just basically slided right on, but we didn't. So yeah, we kind of had to finagle it. But we're gonna put the body bolts. On. We got to drill out one here, there, couple underneath here, and then we got to drill out a couple spots back there to bolt them on, because we got a little bit larger bolt, but that's fine. We just got to drill them out a little bit. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so we got the body bolts in. There's 2 right there, 2 there, 3 here underneath there, and then there's 4 in the back. It took us a while, as you can see. I mean, you might not be able to see, but it's darker out because for some reason we got lock washers or lock nuts with the nylon in it, and they would just pretty much just spin free. We know we got the exact right ones because they spun on nice, but until they got to the nylon, then they just spun free, which was kind of weird. So we were having trouble trying to get all those figured out and running back and forth from the store. So we got all this wiring. We're gonna put it all in split loom because I don't know, we just don't like the electrical tape too much. And this is definitely not original. Original would have just had the wires out everywhere, not anything. And then we're also going to put everything back together, like, you know, the pedals, the heater core, and on the whole front. And I'm going to be wet sanding this and polishing it, maybe in the video, maybe not. We'll have to see. And you know, also the gas tank, the fuel line. We're going to change the fuel line to a stainless steel one with the fittings on it. And then we're going to put the rest of the parts on, like the roll bar and some other things. We also have seat belts. I mean, they're not original ones, but they do work. And wow, it's not focusing because it's black. And we also got new chain for this. We haven't got the split loom or the like the heat shrink stuff for it yet because I mean, we couldn't find any. So we're just going to wait for that. We may order some. Yeah. So in the grill, we do have a port in case we want to tow it. That's why we have that tow bar up front. So we're gonna get new wires for that and actually make it work, because the old ones were like eaten by mice or something. So yeah, we're gonna fix that too. All right, so we had a unanimous decision, 1-0. I was the only one who voted to wet sand the Jeep. You might be asking yourself, why do you need to wet sand and polish it if you know the bodywork kind of sucks? You're just gonna highlight it more. I mean, I know, but probably gonna smash it against a tree going off-roading with it. So, I mean, we want it to look nice for the first car show, if we ever go to a car show. But I'm starting off with 1,500. You can start off with 1,000 if you really feel like it, but starting off with 1,500. And because this Jeep is kind of low, low for a Jeep, I'm gonna be sitting in a chair because I don't want my back to hurt. So let's get started. So usually you want to have a flat surface so you can do it, but because of the bad bodywork, I'm just going to use my hand and try to get it down. It's okay if it's not completely level. You're never going to know the difference between bad sanding and bad bodywork. So, alright, so I've been sanding maybe about 25-30 minutes. Let me show you all I've got done. So, I don't know if you could see this. You can kind of see some of the scratches going up and down, but those will get removed. You'll see, so you can see right there, that's what you're trying to get rid of. So you can see how this is a nice kind of even haze. Full focus onto it. But yeah, it's kind of a nice even haze, even though there are some of those little ripples in there. I'm not too worried about those. If you're trying to become a pristine show car, you probably want to take all those out, spend the extra, 4 hours or whatever it's going to take you to get them all out. All right, so this is taking a little long, so I'm going to actually go get some 1,000, just to make it a little faster, and then I can clear up all the scratch lines with 1,500, or I might even get some 1,200 too. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so we got the window up, and you can see that we did also wet sand it a little bit. It's not as good as like this, because I just don't want to spend my whole life on this Jeep. But we're also doing the fender. I did the grill already, and we already have the other fender mounted. And then we also have to do the hood, which probably is going to take the longest besides, the body. But I did a little down here on the body, but it's just, I want to get stuff mounted right now. So we're going to put all this off until we wet sand that, and then we'll do this, and maybe I can start fiddling with this a little bit. Finish up wet sanding the rest of this stuff, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so we got the fenders on, the grill on, the hood, and you saw the windshield already. And as you can see, we put a little bit of rubber stripping right below. Alright, so we got both the fenders on, we got the grill, we got the hood, and you already saw the windshield. And as you can see from down below, we put a little weather stripping so it doesn't like hurt this when we close it. And as you can see how, it's not as shiny when you get to this part as it is here, because we only took about 45 minutes here, and we took about 2 hours here, or I took 2 hours here. So we're gonna put the rest of the parts in, like the grill and all the accessory stuff and the roll bar and all that stuff later. So let's get to it then. But with the power of editing, you'll see it in 2 seconds. Okay, let's go. All right, quick update real quick. We've ran some of the wires. We've also put in the headlights and turn signals, and I'm painting the pieces back there that go right there. We've also run the wires through the firewall, but we have not put in the dash yet. So we'll do that. I've also put in the little high beam, and I haven't put in the pedals yet or the things for the shifters. But we've also put in the roll cage, or roll bar, hopefully soon to be roll cage, and the tire swing out. So I'm gonna put some more parts on, and then I'll be back with you to show you guys. Alright guys, so I haven't done too much, but I put in a new steering wheel because our old one's cracked. It's right over there. And I also put in the blower motor and heater core. And while I put that in, I accidentally ripped that. So I'm gonna have to get a new one of those. And then we also ripped the one coming from here to the heater box. Like right when we got it, my dad tried to, you know, move it around and poke the hole straight through it. So we're gonna have to get a new one of those and a new one of the smaller ones. All right, but I just put new terminals on the end of the cables. Same on that end, you can't really see it, but also on this, you can't see it down there either. But you might be wondering why I have this connected when I don't even have the dash in. But that's because I want to see if this motor still runs. I'm going to assume it still runs, but I want to see, you know, if it turns over, then all I need is gas and spark, and then we're good. All right, I believe I need this wire and this wire. So let's see. Okay, it turns over. So that just means I need to put the fuel line in because I already put the gas tank in. And I need to bring it straight to the fuel pump, which we still need to clean out, but another time. We're gonna get a braided nylon line because it's black. We were gonna do the steel line, but it's silver, and that kind of just contrasts the whole thing here. I mean, this whole thing is just kind of black. I mean, you know, the wiring is kind of different colors, but it's pretty much just black underneath here, so we're probably just gonna do the black nylon. Okay, but next up, put the dash in and all the wires. We'll probably see a time lapse of this or something, I don't know, maybe. All right guys, so the dash is in. I kind of suck at this recording thing because I forgot to hit record again. It's kind of like a common thing for me for some reason. But all the dash is in, all the wiring is in, everything underneath the hood's in. The only thing we have left is the tire, and then we also need to put the winch, but you know, those are kind of just simple things, just plug in and they work pretty much. But that's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'm sorry that it was kind of bland and I didn't really show too much of me putting it together, just kind of told you about it. But now, this is actually a drivable Jeep, and we are even protected. See, we got seatbelts too. But I would like to thank you guys all for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, share with friends, family, whoever you want, and have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.